Great. My name is Sally Jacobs. I'm the archivist for the McCormick Society. Today is June 17th, 2016, and we are at the Red Power Racine County Fairgrounds. And I'm sitting with Roger Lubens, who came here all the way from California. A little bit about.
Thank you.
Sure.
Good morning. I'm currently the president of Chapter 14. We have members from all across California and 7 other Western states, including a member from the United Kingdom. So the presence of our website draws in a good number of our members. Of course, like any other chapter, we have annual meetings and local meetings, and a lot of fun time to share our story, which we are doing here today. I went to the Amador County Fair when International Harvester Collector Club itself was about a year old. Met Ira Matheny, who was the chapter president then, and he invited me into the club, and I've been an active member ever since. Our club is kind of interesting in the fact that International Harvester had a huge presence in California and built agriculture many, many years ago. So in California, of course, dairy is an important industry, as it is here in Wisconsin. Growing up in a farm in North Dakota and then coming to California to start my career in accounting, farming was a lot different in California than I experienced and knew as a teenager here in the Midwest. So, but with the club, when I joined, we had about 30 members. We've grown to 230 members.
Wowza!
And we enjoy that. And it's interesting to find all of the incredible experiences that our members have, either as mechanics, or some of our members have master's degree in biological science and ag sciences. We have a wonderful network of high school teachers who are teaching FFA. And so 8 years ago, we formed a separate foundation connected and controlled by the board of directors from Chapter 14. And our purpose was to get youth involved. Doing so, we currently, in the last, I think that would be 8 years now, we have sponsored 28 high schools that have FFA. And the first one was with a young man, a young teenager, needed some funds to buy some sheep, and so we provided that, and that was the launch of our foundation's effort with 4-H and FFA. Of the 28 FFA projects we've sponsored in the last several years, been some amazing stories. The FFA in Wheatland, California, marvelous teacher. He teaches the youth, and they are certified welders when they graduate as seniors. And just this spring, 2 of the girls in his class have completed the first restoration of a Cub Cadet lowboy garden tractor. So Samantha has that ready for sale. And she's in FFA, she's in music, she's on class council, and she's going to be a pre-med student, becoming a doctor at a university in Oklahoma.
It's nice to know they still make kids like that. That's incredible.
We've in other schools, kids have dropped using drugs and that kind of addiction to be involved with tools and mechanics. And in one of the first schools that we sponsored in Carpinteria, a orchard tractor, McCormick during OS4, was donated, and the kids put that together, competed in the National FFA Chevron Restoration Project, and placed 3rd nationwide. As a result of that, and we love publicity whenever we can get that, donor came forward to the Carpinteria School and gave them a check for $80,000 to help them buy new tools and help build a new workshop for them.
That is amazing to hear, because that's a crisis as far as I'm concerned. Kids are losing their shots. Plasma cutting and welding. Teachers to replace that knowledge, so that's amazing.
So currently we have FFA projects going on in the schools in California located in Wheatland, in Livermore, in Lodi, Clovis, in Porterville. We're excited about what's taking place there. a lot of the schools have their own acreage, and the Santa Paula School, which is a school just outside of Los Angeles, we helped the kids there restore a Farmall Super A tractor 2 years ago. As a result of that, or in concurrence with that, a local investor came in because he was taking the kids' property. They were meeting at the sewer dump.
Oh.
And so he goes, well, to mitigate that situation, he donated a brand new ag science building to the school. And what's really exciting, so with that, the teacher has been able to hire school's been able to hire an additional teacher for ag sciences. And this winter, a retired doctor's widow stepped forward with a check for $700,000 to help their ag science and FFA programs. So
that's astonishing.
it is, isn't it?
Thank you for bringing that story into my life today, because
so
these
kids in Santa Paula
yeah
now have a 30-acre orchard. They're raising all sorts of citrus. They've got the new Ag Science Center. They're going to be able to do livestock there. So it's going to be an incredible program. Throughout the state, like the school in Clovis, they have their own 30-acre farm. And so the kids grow vegetables for the local farmers market, and then they get to keep half of the profits. The kids in Wheatland restored three antique tractors, mostly Farmalls, last school year, and sold them at the county fair. And they earned $15,000 for doing that.
Not too shabby.
So that's exciting. So all
that's
across California, we've done these FFA projects. We even adopted Casper, Wyoming FFA.
Nice.
A young man there, he had a rusted old, was a Super A. He got that all fixed up, and so his goal after high school and college is to rent a small acreage and grow sweet corn for a local dude ranch.
Wow. Oh, because for like tourists, you mean?
For tourists, yes.
Right, because you got to have a corn feed, right?
Exactly.
That's so amazing.
Exactly. So,
oh wow.
Chapter 14 of Ice Collectors,
Yeah.
and we're proud to say this. We've been at the forefront of interacting with 4-H and FFA chapters and schools across our region. As a result of that, some of the other chapters within Ice Collectors have stepped forward and they've launched their programs too.
I think that makes so much sense. That's just I mean, nothing's a perfect partnership, but that's a really, really powerful.
We're proud of working with the youth, and
Yeah.
we're proud of getting, you think of members within Ice Collectors as basically older guys, retired mechanics, retired farmers, but in California, we're proud to say that a fourth of our membership was born after 1960.
And that's the future, right?
It is.
Sure that we don't knowledge, these skills matter. We all eat. I don't know why that.
Exactly. It's like, farmers feed America.
Hello. I know. It's true. And it is what it is. That's amazing. And it's got to be fun for the retired guys to have someone who wants and needs their knowledge, right? Those are mentors. They're really
One of our members is indeed a mentor.
Yeah.
He went into the, I believe it was the Santa Paula High School, and helped the teacher teach the boys how to do the restorations on the tractors. And it's taking the tractors and tearing them all the way down, finding out what's worn, replace them, engine rebuilding, and put it all back together, and it's amazing.
And, there's multiple forms of intelligence, right? And one of them is that kind of 3D, being able to, as you're tearing it down, look at something and know what's wrong, what needs to be fixed, building it back up in your head. And if you can connect, right, with a teenager, you've got them for life, you know what I mean?
One of the stories is for Carpinteria, one of our first schools that we still continue to partner with.
Right.
One of the students there is now the additional teacher in FFA. So he enjoyed his experience in FFA, went on to college, and came back, and they hired him as a part-time teacher.
Love it. You're doing good work out there in California.
Well,
I bet it feels good. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very proud of that.
I'm sure it's fun as all get out too.
We're proud of whenever we can get publicity on what we're doing with our youth. This last May, we were one of our FFA projects was featured on RFD TV with Max Armstrong.
See, right? People want these stories, right? That's why I'm, just hearing these stories from you today gets me excited. It's possible, and people connect with those.
Our members within Chapter 14, of course, collect all different sizes and models of Farmall and International tractors.
Mhm.
Most common is the Farmall Cub, since California has had and does have a lot of vegetable farms. The
Sure.
smaller tractor was ideal. Because we have sandy soil out there, we
Mm.
use the crawler tractors.
Yep.
Because of the orchards, we have the orchard tractors. And for those who don't know, it's really an old McCormick Deering tractor covered with a lot of sheet metal so that the tree limbs don't grab on the driver or the tires or
Right.
whatever. So when they're all polished up and finished,
They're very science fiction looking.
yes,
Right? They look like a 1930s version of a rocket ship or something.
exactly.
I met here at my hotel near the Roundup. I had breakfast with a couple who runs an orchard, and the way that they described it was, when you look at it, it looks like it should go thousands of miles per hour, but really slow. Right? It looks like it's because of course it's for limbs and not for aerodynamics, but
Within our chapter, we're always looking for new members, and this last February, we attended the World Ag Expo. It's a 3-day farm show of new equipment where 105,000 people came. We had 11 women workshops
Mhm.
and a number of farm tours, dairy and citrus.
Mhm.
Chance for us to work with Case IH,
Nice.
exhibit new equipment and restored antique equipment, which gathered a lot of interest.
Sure.
That was delightful. But what an amazing crowd of people to show up for 3 days.
I bet, right? That would be some energy. Excellent. All right. Well, I really enjoy hearing about the chapter, but I do have one. You mentioned that you lived in North Dakota and then moved to California, but I understand that you have some Wisconsin roots.
We do. Within our family, my great-great-grandfather and wife and a few kids came from Germany to Wisconsin as a pioneer farmer in the covered wagon. So as they came across the Great Lakes to the shores of Lake Michigan, they came with their covered wagon to a small town north of Madison called North Leeds, and there built the farm and expanded it into 5 farms. One of the farms today is part of the university farms, and the farm where my great-grandfather built a barn still exists today. It's completely restored, and it's unique in the fact that there are no nails in it. Everything was made in that old barn with wooden pegs, and it was made so large he could take a team of horses and a covered grain wagon and turn around on the inside and
Turn around, right? That's epically large.
so turn around, drop off his grain, and head back out to the field.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to go to the county museum and the library and gather all of the wonderful history that the county had saved on these pioneer families.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for hearing and listening to my story.
All right, it's been a delight.